Well, good morning, guys, and welcome to the show. We got red and black beasts. How exciting is that? Anyways, Fernando.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Contain your excitement level.
Welcome to the show, guys.
There we go. Today we have this F-250 big boy. It fits. Yeah, it fits. Fernando can pull these things in like a champ. We are going to do, well, first let's start with a story. Let's say you've been wanting your truck. You've got it in your head. And you go off and you buy your previously owned but new to you pickup truck. And the first thing you do is you get in it and you realize, my God, somebody has just ravaged the speakers that are in the car. And then you start thinking, oh, it's gonna cost me thousands of dollars to get it back to at least factory. Well, no. Today we're gonna show you a cost-effective upgrade for your F-Series, or any Ford for that matter, and several other vehicles if you decided to. Anyways, we're gonna show you how to put some very cost-effective speakers into your pickup truck and make it sound better than new to you. Stay tuned. These are the Powerbase 6x9 OEM direct fit replacements for a Ford vehicle. As you can see here, it's got a mid base, which means this is a component set. They also make it in a coaxial to match, but there's an advantage of doing speakers like this because, well, everything is there. They're plug and play, as they say. This one is the OE series factory upgrades, which means it is better than factory. There are even betters, but for Powerbase, these are fantastic. Plug and play OEM premium drop-in replacements. Let's hop in and take a look. Also, these are 4 ohm. Depending on your vehicle and depending on the application, they do make 2 ohm versions of these because the factory speakers are 2 ohm. Opening up to the inside, of course, we have an owner's manual, we have a sticker, they love the stickers, then we have these nice blown plastic trays that hold the goodies. Up here in the top are our tweeters. Let's take a closer look. This is the tweeter that comes out of the car. And though it is a little different, the shape, the functionality, even the little cross member in the front, it's the same. They do a great job of making these go right in. Now, if you have, let's say, a Ford Explorer or something like that, where the tweeter actually just snaps into place, that's what all these little tabs are. This is one of the most universal tweeters, and the nice thing is they do that for every application. So if it's Ford, Chevy, Toyota, whatever, it's made to snap in the same way it does from the factory. That makes our jobs really easy. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, the factory has these tabs. Are we taking these off? No, we'll get there. Inside the box is a bag, and in the bag are these nice little brackets right here that say L for left and R for right. This tweeter just so happens to come out of the left-hand side. That would be this bracket right here. Simply take the tweeter and position it between the 2 speaker terminals. Don't set it on top of it. You'll short out the tweeter and that would be bad. And then inside the bag are these little silver screws. Put the screw in and twist until it's nice and tight. There we go. And now we have a direct replacement tweeter that'll go right back in the way it came out. And on the end of the speaker, you're going, yeah, but like this isn't. Oh, what is that? Haha. This is what we need. On the little terminal here, you can see the little plus and minus. There is a silver and gold. The silver is negative, which would be the minus. Slide in. The gold is the positive or the plus. That will also slide in. And now we have a direct replacement tweeter all set and ready to go in place. To remove the A-pillars from the vehicle, there's 2 10mm bolts and 2 handles that need to be removed. Start closest to the inside of the car. Wiggle them just a little bit and be careful because they are easy to break the older they do get. And behind it is the 10mm bolt. They're not made to come off. They're made to just sit there. So don't try to pull them all the way off. If you're lucky, sometimes you can get in there with your fingers and just kind of pinch and wiggle and they'll pop off as well. With the 2 10mm bolts out, grab the handle and pull towards the inside of the vehicle. And then pull up and wiggle a little bit to clear the dash. Reach in and unplug the tweeter. Let's get this over to the bench. There's 2 screws here holding the tweeter in place. Remove those. Set our new tweeter in. Replace the 2 screws. Plug in the factory clip. And then line this back up and put in your 2 10mm. Gently put the clips back into place. Next up we have the 6x9. Ooh, just like before, let's take a closer look. To get the door panel off, you're gonna need a couple tools. We recommend some form of a pry tool, metal or plastic, and a 7mm wrench of some kind. Use the pry tool to pull off the mirror cover, aka sail panel cover. Got a bunch of clips that hold it in place. Behind the panel is your first 7mm screw. Next, a much more tricky panel is the cover for the handle. This one is gonna fight you, but if you go slow and are persistent, you'll manage to get it off. In the bottom, there's a little notch for you to start from. That's telling you to start towards the driver, not towards the rear, because there's actually a slide in here. And if you tried there, you'd break it off and then you'd be sad. So don't do that. There's a couple clips behind it, hold it in place. And then behind that, the other tool you're gonna need is an 8mm. Remove the 2 screws. One more panel that needs to come off is located right below it. Panel tool in from the side. Get your fingers in there and grab it. 2 clips holding it from the top, so definitely pull it from the top and not from the bottom. And behind that, we have 2 more 8mm screws. The last 2 screws we need to remove are going to be 7s located in the bottom of the door, one towards the front and one towards the back. So we removed a total of 7 screws. Panel tool into the bottom corner, and you want to get enough room to get your fingers in there. In this case, we got lucky and the whole bottom of the door just popped right off. If not, give it a good tugging. Lift up so you can clear the unlock little hanger thing here, and then gently roll around to the back of the door panel where you're gonna have some clips and plugs that you need to remove. To get the handle off, push down on, to get the handle out, there's a little lever at the bottom that needs to be pushed down, and then the whole handle lifts up and out of the door. Set the door panel safely out of the way, move your wiring out just to make your life easier, and now we've got access to our speaker. There's 1 clip to remove, start with that, and then 4 7mm. There's usually some sticky foam on the back of it, so give it a little bit of a wobble, and a tooth located towards the inside of the vehicle. This is the Power Base 6x9-ish. We'll just call it 6x9-ish because it is a 6x9 here in the center, but it's got this weird shape to it. And why is it made like that? Just like the tweeter, it's so that it'll fit in the factory location. If you look at these side by side, there are subtle differences, but that is because of the universal nature of the speaker. That means that, I believe it is the Explorer, has screws out here as opposed to in here where these are, so they were able to just modify it a little bit to make it fit that shape. How Ford couldn't figure that out is beyond me, but some of the improvements that they've made over this, which is way easier to see in a mid-bass compared to the tweeter, is this is a basic treated paper cone with a foam surround. This is not treated paper, it is a plastic or a mica cone with a rubber surround. One of the other things too is fast rings. You hear it all the time, the fast ring. The speaker here, this has a fast ring. That's what this is. So that means that this also has a fast ring. The difference being this is a closed cell foam. It's much thicker, going to sandwich to the door way better and allow more of this energy to come through the door. Looking at the speaker from the back, way bigger magnet, higher power handling. If you wanted to upgrade to a amplifier at some point, you can with this. Definitely don't do it with that because this is a 25-watt speaker. These are 80-watt speakers. This also has a passive crossover built into it so that you get a nice roll off between this and the tweeter, whereas the way they design these, they just naturally kind of fizzle out these natural roll off points. This does have foam around the back. This is one solid piece of foam. That's why it's like, no, it doesn't. It does. It's just the whole size of the basket as opposed to just around the edge. That makes for a much flatter mount. They're both made out of composite baskets to keep them light. Plug goes here, plug goes here, plug is in the side. Some of the Fords that you're going to get to, there's going to be a plug here on the end, and for that it does come with this bag right here, which is an extension to go from here to wherever you need to if the harness is short. On a lot of those vehicles where the harness is short, it's just taped up and you can actually untape it and move it into here if you need to. So as we can see, this is a much nicer upgrade compared to this. Let's get this into the vehicle now. Line up your holes with the existing factory holes, picking the 2 that go into your door panel. Do the same on the other side. Once you have them in finger tight, finish them off, plug them in. Now all you have to do is install the door panel in reverse order. For the rear, we're really gonna make this a lot better because we're gonna go with a coaxial, whereas in the rear, we just simply have a whizzer cone. Yeah. This is the 6.5-inch Ford OME direct fit, just like the 6x9 component set for the front. Let's open it up, take a look. There again, we get stickers and an owner's manual, and then the speakers themselves. Now this speaker does come with a bag of screws. These are very similar to the 7mm you're gonna be taking out of the factory ones. So if for some reason those are trash, don't work, or it doesn't have screws at all, these will go right in and make installation just as easy as if they were the factory screws. To remove the back door, it's very similar to the front door in that we have to remove some screws and some handles. First handle is this nice silver one right here. Just like the front door, start in where there's the little divot and work your way to the outside of the vehicle so that you don't break the clip right here. Behind it are two 7mm screws. Pull off the little black panel underneath the handle and remove the two 7mm screws. Then on the very bottom of the door are two more, you guessed it, 7mm screws. Take your wedge and go to the corner of the door, work your way around, unsnapping the whole door panel. Once you get all the snaps, lift up a little bit to clear your unlock button, and then carefully remove the same clips that you had on the front door panel. And then set the door panel aside. To remove this speaker, we have three 7mm. Unclip the speaker plug. Let's take a closer look at these two speakers. Just like the 6x9, this is a universal fit for drop-in. They are a little bit different shape. As you can see, like this hole here is really tight up against the basket. This is a little bit longer. That is because even though this is what most Fords do have, there are some slight variations on this. And so this is designed to complement all of those. However, on the bottom, the plug's still here. It plugs in just like it does from the factory. Similar to the 6x9, this has a paper cone foam surround and this little whizzer right here, which is where all that high frequency from the back door is actually coming from. It's pretty cool. However, obviously a tweeter would be much better. This is the same tweeter that is in the front dash. Now you have 4 tweeters instead of 2. It's gonna tick a little bit nicer and sound better in those high frequencies. Same cone, same rubber surround. This does have the foam squishy fast ring. This has the closed cell, more rigid fast ring. Both composite baskets, but just like on that other one, whoa, what is happening here? This uses a neo magnet, and this one handles 25 watts. It's a 4-ohm speaker. This handles 60 watts, 4 ohm. So just like the front speaker, if you did want to add more wattage to it, add a small amplifier, you can do that. Crossovers are located on here just like they are on its bigger brother. If you wanted to go crazy, you know, you can buy amped tweeter for this because you do have the external wire that is run through here, so you can unsolder from here and make your own connection. The capacitor is on the tweeter itself, so you don't have to worry about that. This is definitely going to be an upgrade from what we have in there. One other thing, the factory does have foam. It's this gray stuff right here, and of course this whole back area is foam, laser cut to go onto here. Let's get these into the door. Just like the front, line the speaker up with the existing screw holes, making sure that plug is on the bottom. Get your 3 screws in finger tight, tighten them up. Last, plug the speaker in. Wait for the refreshing little click sound, and you're all good. Now you can put this door back on in the opposite way that we took it off. That brings us to all 6 speakers in the car. It's time to take a listen. Alright guys, there you have it. Your F-250, F-150, F-Series, Ford, whatever you got. This thing sounds way better than factory now. I'm pretty excited. I hope the customer will enjoy it as much as we have. Yes. Fernando.
On to the next one, guys.
We hope you guys enjoyed this speaker upgrade. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.
Have a wonderful day.